Hi, this is Matt Donegan from Business Spotlight. I'm here with Nick. Nick, tell me something about your business.
Yeah, so my name is Nick. I am the co-founder and director of Aren Property Services. We're a South London-based domestic heating and plumbing company, and we work with quite a lot of estate agents, and we work with landlords and also private customers.
Okay. So how long has the business been going now?
We're in our 5th year now, so we started in 2020. But Ronan, the other director, he's got 25 years experience, and the other engineers that work with us have got lots of experience as well. So even though the company's quite young, the experience isn't.
Yeah. Well, look, 5 years is enough for you to have proven your worth in the marketplace. And one of the reasons why we were quite keen to speak to you in the first place is because your business has grown a really nice pace. You're winning lots of businesses. You're keeping your clients. What's causing the growth? What's making you stand out? Why are these guys working with you? Why are you growing so well?
I think it's the way that we work with customers, and the way that we deal with them. First of all, we're quite an open and honest company, so we're very transparent about the work that we do. We're very transparent about our fees and quoted work and stuff like that. Lots of other companies aren't. Our engineers also, I think respect the customer a bit better. And they're really friendly. They're really experienced as well. And I think that people I don't know, I think people end up trusting the company, which is the reason why we've got a really high return rate with customers who use us once and won't use another company, and also the reason why we're progressively getting more and more estate agent clients and landlord clients.
Right. So the nice high volume clients in the sector that you're very comfortable with. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
So the other thing you were saying is, and I can't believe I'm actually saying this, integrity matters, right? It just sounds a basic in business, but that's what you're doing in a sector that's not renowned for it. Would I be fair in saying that?
Absolutely, yeah. There's this whole kind of mistrust in the trade industry. Lots of customers are really wary about cowboy engineers or companies that just want to rinse them for money, and I totally understand that. Lots of companies which, well, everyone knows a company that's done that. But I think one thing that sets us apart from the rest is that we're actively trying to change that conception of the trade industry. We're trying to turn it around a bit. So hopefully, as we grow and become bigger and expand, and the more people and the more customers we can reach, hopefully we can find people and start. I don't know. People hopefully start finding they can trust a trade company like ours, and that's our company motto, I guess, to try and turn around this negative opinion people have on the trade industry.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's not the usual practice, or if I'm not, yeah, maybe some people would say they live by that, but you guys are definitely living by that. You're now, we've spoken before, so I understand you aren't necessarily from an engineering background. So that's brought in, that's firstly what made you get involved in the business, and then we'll come on to the next part of that, which is how your skills have complemented the business. So how did you get started?
Yeah. I've got quite an eclectic CV. So my background's music. I studied music at uni. I worked at Warner, Universal Music, and did marketing production. I left there, and me and Roland, the other director, and another friend, we actually moved to the Philippines and bought some land and built a resort. Ran that for a couple of years quite successfully, and then moved back to England. And then since being back, we kind of enjoyed working together. So we built this company. Roland's background is plumbing and heating. He's been doing it for 25 years, so very, very well situated kind of in the industry. He was able to lead that sort of thing, that kind of front. But my background with marketing and kind of your business skills is certainly showing itself to be quite an advantage for me in this company.
Yeah, it's certainly a different slant to what we witness with a lot of trade businesses. A lot of trade businesses don't
Yeah.
have a great understanding about marketing, or what the sales process actually looks like, other than picking up the phone and going around to someone's.
Yeah, because when we started this company, there was a couple of years where, and it was about a year where I just worked in the office, and then it was actually Ronan that suggested that I do the gas engineer training, and I was in the van with Ronan for maybe a year and a half. So he trained me with plumbing, and I also learned. I've got I'm gas registered, so I'm a gas engineer at the same time as well. But you know, with 4 years experience in that as well. So I guess for both of us, we're really well positioned, this company, I suppose, because you've got I work in the office and run the office, and when I'm dealing with customers, I have experience with some of the problems that they're coming to me with. Then you've got someone like Ronan, who's got 25 years experience in the field that has come across every problem you can possibly think of. So it's a really good mix of the way we work together, which is another reason why I think the company also has done so well. And also another reason is the staff that we have. We've got, you know, the staff we have are dedicated, they're friendly, they're well trained, they've got a lot of experience, and they want to do well. You know what I mean? They want to help in people's homes. They're not just there to try and get more money from the customers, try and make money for us. Like it's a nice well-rounded balance, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So, so if I can ask you a couple other questions about your business. So you guys are entrepreneurs, right? So is that a natural thing for you to do? Did you find that you stepped into that flow naturally, or was it an uncomfortable reach?
It's unusual. I think I'd say it's quite a little bit unconventional, I guess. Like I work a lot on gut feeling, which a lot of people are going to go like, what? But and same with Ronan, we just kind of felt our way around it. Like when we were in the Philippines, we were in a new country, new culture. There's new rules, new laws, blah blah blah, and we were able to build and run a successful resort for a number of years. But in doing that, the people are like, how did you plan it? How did you do it? It's like we just day by day. You know, a problem arose one day, we'd find a way to fix it. We go day by day. There was no planning. It was just all done by what felt right at the time. And to be honest, that might seem like quite a flimsy way of running a business, but if it works, it works. And for us, in some respect, just knowing what feels right about the way you want to run a company is how it's been built, to be honest.
So your approach is definitely attracting more customers. It's making sure that you retain those customers. It's giving you customers in a growth sector, i.e., in a sector that it's generating business in a growth fashion, i.e., you win one customer with a chain of estate agents, and that's going to proliferate into many more pieces of work as opposed to just going for retail. So
yeah.
Have you set your growth goals, or are you working? Do you have like an annual growth goal, or are you just doing what you said you did in the Philippines? Kind of, let's enjoy it.
Yeah. So we do have goals. Like we know by the end of this year, we want so many more engineers, we want so many more estate agent branches, blah blah blah. But I think the way we get there is not necessarily paved. It's kind of we just feel our way around until we get there, if that makes sense. So there is a balance between like just completely winging it, I guess you would say, and actually having a kind of really structured road to that particular goal. It's a mixture of both, I think.
Okay, and in achieving those growth goals, how do you think you're on target at the moment? Are you comfortable with where you are, or are you growing at the pace that you want?
We'd like to go quicker. I think every company will. I think one of the main things we find in the trade industry is that it's notoriously difficult to find really, really good engineers. So that has held us back a bit because we want to pick the right guys for the company as much as the right guys need to pick the right company. So that's been something we've had to overcome. But again, saying that, one thing we are trying to do is find guys that are willing to learn and willing to actually have training on the job. And as a company, we also know that some guys don't have lots of experience, but if you're willing to learn, we're willing to train. So okay, it's a case of like the company will grow as much as we can find the people that help us grow it.
Okay.
So we'd love to be growing quicker, but the rate it's going, we're fine with that as well.
Right. Okay. So
Because the company has to grow, right?
yeah, so people are the bottleneck, but they're also the key to growth, is that's what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And look, across the entire sector, the entire trades slash construction slash property sector, skills is by far the biggest challenge. We come across this all the time, and there's one gentleman who's got 2,500 trades, and he's struggling to train them up. But that's because he would like to see a lot of his guys move towards sustainability. Is that a challenge
Okay.
that you guys are confronting, or is that is sustainable practices less of a focus for you right now?
It's I'd say less, but while I'm saying that, it is obviously something that's always on your mind because that's the way the world's going. So it's not something we can ignore. We get we get lots and lots of people coming to us from outside of London wanting us to to install their heat pumps and whatever else. But in London, there's no room for heat pumps and stuff like that. So I think it's much different outside of the city than a company that's based in a city. So sustainability in a way and renewable energies and stuff like that's probably much more sought after in the countryside than it would be in a city. So until we can have that sort of infrastructure in a city, unfortunately, we have to deal with gas boilers and yeah.
Yeah.
So it's there, but I wouldn't say it's something we're
Not
kind
focused.
of right now, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
So if that's not the focus, then what is your focus on growth? What's the thing that you're saying? Okay, this is going to give us the biggest opportunity. Is it geographic? Is it adding more?
Yeah. Oh, it's a mix. So we obviously at the minute we're just heating and plumbing. So we obviously want to expand by bringing in more services. So handyman service, electrics, blah, 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 as and when that happens. But again, that's going to grow at its natural time because we need the skill, we need someone to be highly skilled in each of those as well. But at the same time, being just South London based at the minute, we have lots of growth until we reach the outskirts of London and beyond. So I guess as and when the company does grow and we reach that sort of time, where people in the countryside would be installing heat pump or that kind of thing. That'll be when we develop that service as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. So I can see where the growth is going to come potentially. I can see how you guys are making a difference in the marketplace. What's the biggest learning in the last few years? So 5 years since you started the business? What's your key learning?
Um, I think it's how we deal with people actually, and how we deal with employees. Like, I guess for us, it's making sure that the customer and the people that work for us are happy. Do you know what I mean? I think that's been one of the main learning curves, to be honest, is just like the satisfaction of, or the ethos of the company, the satisfaction of the customers. Like, we're quite open with the fact that we know that our workers work really, really hard in the winter, and because of that, we then try and reduce our hours a bit in summer. So we balance it out quite a lot. Lots of companies uh, don't do that. But we're doing that as well. Happy employees are going to do better work for the customers. Better customers, they return. So for us, really, the biggest learning curve over the last 5 years was how to deal with people in and outside of the company.
Yeah. Okay. So integrity matters. Happy customers, happy staff, that matters. It doesn't sound like
Absolutely,
science. It's
without
just
a doubt.
I think that it doesn't happen more.
Yeah, well, hopefully that's what makes us different.
Absolutely. And that's obviously making a difference because the way that your business is growing and how successful you guys are being. So,
Hmm.
so, so I've asked you about your sort of biggest learning. What would you tell your 18-year-old self? When you were working for Warner or Universal or whatever. I'm assuming you were that kind of young then, but what would you tell your 18,
Yeah.
no matter where they were?
Um, what a question. That is tough. I'd probably say expect the unexpected in a good way. Like, you know, just always try hard, but also expect the unexpected, because life doesn't always plan out the way you want it to, or think it might need to, but it's always going to be okay. That sounds a bit corny, but I think that's probably what I'd say.
Okay, no, that's cool. I like that. I like that. It's quite fairly. It's quite laissez-faire. And let's be honest, running a business is a roller coaster ride. It's
Yeah.
people look at straight line trajectory in order to develop a business, and that's never the case. So yeah, but I mean, you've got to
Nothing
take.
ever goes as planned. Sometimes that's the best thing about it, I think.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll accept that.
Especially if it goes the right way. If it goes the wrong way, obviously not. But
So, is there anything that you guys have, any new products or services, or any kind of news from your from the business at the moment?
um, we're looking for more engineers if there's any out there. um, I, I think we just no. I think at the minute we're just doing our thing. We're growing. We're growing steady. We like to bring on more services. And we're thinking about the kind of services we would do in the near future. But at the minute we're just doing our best to do our best. I suppose that would be the news from us, and just hopefully grow as we do.
Just growing, doing a good job. Well, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. No, no, like I wouldn't say there's major plans as such. But
Okay.
I think we would like to work with more estate agents, and certainly the way we've been positioning ourselves recently is we've opened ourselves up to be able to do that. So we work with quite a few big estate agents in South London, and we've been referred to lots of others. So I think for us, maybe the main thing is the way we're positioning ourselves at the minute is doing quite well with working with estate agents. But of course, that's not then to just forget about the private clients the landlords have got, because they're just as important. But I know that we've been told by lots of other companies, like, and been asked, how do you get in with estate agents? Just because, like, well, because we do. It's just the way we work, and you know the way that people like our work. And it's just, I guess we're just positioned in the right way for the estate agents to work with us.
Reputation matters. Keeping it.
Yes. Reputation is everything. Google reviews, Trustpilot, Trust the Trader. Yeah.
Well, that's yeah. I can see.
Absolutely. And word of mouth.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. Well, look, thanks so much for telling me about your business and your growth plans. I can see you guys are going to do really well. You've got exactly the right attitude at exactly the right time. Your growth plans sound really steadfast and robust and defensible. And look, you guys are going to be successful. So look, thanks so much for the time. It's been a real pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you very much.
Really looking forward to keeping in contact. And if I need anything done, I'll give you a call.
Good. Thank you. We're good.
All right. Thanks. Cheers, Nick. Bye bye.
Thank you.